So the driver career at Williams, as I may mention before, the restrictions and regulations are coming down this race weekend with 4 races left to go. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it's not bad. Like, if it's one and only department, I'm fine with that. I've got enough to cover. If it's 2 departments, I feel like I will have enough to cover by the end of the season. If it's 3 departments, I know for a fact I will not cover everything, and I'm just going to have to, go all hands on deck and pick out every single major part that I need to keep to bring over to next year. And that's the thing. I've got to keep the major parts. The minor parts can easily get built back up because they will take, no time, but it's the major parts that would need to take the brunt of the time to bring over, to regulate over. But of course, it's COTA. It's my home track. Still top 5 in the championship, so you're not doing too bad. Yeah, I think last time I checked, before this race, I was 7th. So I'm pretty sure I'm either 7th or 8th or even lower at this point in time. Whatever. As far as the facilities go, nothing has been updated to the aero chassis or powertrain. Durability can go do one because I just don't care about it. As a reminder of what my tree looks like currently, my chassis and my aero are maxed out to the spec level that I'm at. They're maxed out to spec level 1. The engine is two things away from being maxed out to spec level 2. And as you can see, I barely have finished out anything for the durability. It's barely done on spec level 1. Penn State's bad, yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about Big Ten. Obviously, Ohio State looking pretty solid. How about Indiana? Indiana shockingly going and winning today. Not just winning today, but they're currently 4-0. They're 4-0 themselves. Who would have saw that coming? In fact, now, next week, it's going to be Indiana versus Ohio State. Who would have thought that would have been the battle of unbeaten Big Ten teams at the start of the season? I don't think anybody would have saw that. Penn State, they've still yet to get a victory. I think Michigan's like 1-2, 1-3 at this point in time. Michigan's been bad. Michigan's been horrible this season. I don't know what happened to them. The Harbaugh's either not coaching them good or they're just not recruiting well. I have no idea what's going on with them. It's only going to be Ohio State. Yeah, it looks like it. Like, Ohio State is proving to be the class of the Big Ten, and it looks like it's going to be that way for a while now. I moved up to 6th. I finished in 9th, and I moved up a spot? Okay, Nigel, thanks for the update, but I'm surprised about that. But also, as you can see, I have 8,700 R&D points. So like I said, if it's only one facility that gets hit, I know I can take care of it all. If it's 2 facilities that get hit, I can likely take care of it by the end of the season. If it's 3 facilities that get hit, I am going to be screwed. So let's get into COTA race weekend. It's round 19 of season 2 here at Williams.
All right, listen up, everyone.
And let's listen to Carl. All right, clock tower, calm down. All right, let's listen to Carl.
Technical regulations are changing for next season. Now, there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful. So let's figure out.
Bro's just not even caring. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. All right, everyone, let's get on top of this.
Hey, congrats, Thacker. You're a Penn State and Colorado fan because you grew up on Penn State and Colorado foot, and if Colorado is your alma mater, neither will be recruited into ever again. Yeah, Colorado's tough because you got to deal with the Pac-12. Unfortunately, Colorado leaving the Big 12 to go to the Pac-12 didn't really give it either the stature or the recruiting presence because you're leaving the Big 12. Okay, yeah, in the Big 12 you had to deal with all the Texas teams, you had to deal with Oklahoma. Now you move to the Pac-12, you got to deal with USC, you got to deal with Oregon, you got to deal with Washington State's getting up there too. You got to deal with UCLA, well, maybe not so much UCLA, but definitely like USC is the main team in that conference. With little shout-outs to Oregon and Washington State because they're starting to get better as well. Washington maybe as well too, but you're going to have a hard time recruiting as a Colorado team, no matter what conference you were going to be in, because Colorado was always that second tier type of team in Big 12, and now you're moving into the Pac-12, and there's still kind of that second-tier team in that conference now. So it's really hard to get people, like 5-star recruits, any 5-star recruits, to go to your program when you're really not projected to do anything with the team that you currently have. All right, let's see and take a look at how bad this is going to be. The weather forecast, it's better than last season. It's not going to be pissing rain down in the actual race. It will be cloudy for qualifying and sunny to partly cloudy during the actual race. R&D tree, crossing fingers. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, that's not bad. It's actually not bad. It's only the arrow and the durability. It's only the arrow and the durability. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the regulations for the arrow. I'm immediately doing the regulations for the arrow. Durability can go do one. I really don't care about the durability. But the arrow I will build up, because I should have the points for it. You go as a runner, snowboarder, professional partier. Hey, speaking from first-hand experience, I'm sure you know all about that. And honestly, at this point in time, I might as well use whatever R&D points that I have to build up my engine. Look at that! What was that? We started out with 8,700 and we're down to 2,200. So I used up, simple math, 6,500 points to build up my arrow. To regulate my arrow over the next season. 6,500 points. Not bad. Now, if we take a look at the durability, I'm not going to do everything on the durability because I want to throw money and R&D points into this engine. We need to get this ignition system done. We need to get it done. And, we can rush it to get it before the... Well, both it's before the Brazilian Grand Prix, but I'd rather rush it and get a failure notification so that I can quickly get it fixed up and hopefully get it in before the Brazilian Grand Prix, instead of develop it up naturally and get a failure notification where it won't get done probably in time for the rest of the season. So we'll go and rush that, and with 688 points left, we'll go and start doing this. ICE. Alright, so perfect. Here's the thing though, I would have, if the durability did not get hit, I was going to use up this time to build up my durability. Like, if the durability did not get touched, I actually would have used up this time to build up my durability to get most of this up to level 2. But it is what it is. What do we got right here? I think it said it was like 350, 350, 325, 400. So 1,400 points. So figure by Brazil, I should have enough points to bring everything for the durability over. We should be fine with that. But all right, so I'm glad it wasn't too hard of a hit. It was 2 facilities, as it was last season as well. It was once again the durability, which helps out because I didn't build that up all that much. But yep, it did help that I had that stockpile of R&D points, which, as I said before, is what I like to do going into the second half of the season. Is I'd like to stop like right around Great Britain, Hungary. In fact, maybe next season I'll stop at Austria, stop using my R&D points, start saving it up, so that when the season regulations come down at Russia, Japan, or US, I will have a stockpile for how heavily my R&D is going to be built up at that point in time. Do I do online racing? I haven't done online racing in like a month, like almost a month and a half at this point in time. I did when I was in between my 2 seasons, or my 2 careers of my team career and the Williams career, but I don't actively go out of my way to do online racing. Like I said before, the only reason I did online racing for like a solid 2-week period between my careers is because I wanted to take a little breather, a little break from doing any sort of careers, which is what led to the online racing. But I don't actively do online racing because I've actually had a much better experience online racing in F1 2020 than I did in F1 2019. F1 2019 was just full of shitheads in lobbies. Completely full. So that's why I was a little scared about doing online lobbies, and I waited like 2 months before I even did any online stuff here. Because I was just of the mentality of, oh, all the shitheads are going to migrate from 19 over to 20. And for the most part, I haven't had that. Yeah, here and there, I did get one dickhead that was, trying to cut corners and would ram into me and then ram into me again because he thought I hit him first when it happened to be the opposite. So, you get those type of shitheads. But do I actively go and do online stuff? No. I can't say I enjoy it more than I do the career stuff. Would I want to use the wheel that I have or a Fantech F1 wheel? I do more than just F1. I do NASCAR. In fact, you probably saw me racing trucks. If you were here about 20 minutes ago, you would have seen me racing in trucks. So I would rather just keep this wheel, this all-purpose Logitech wheel that I have right here, the full wheel instead of just the F1, because it's multi-purpose. And I would not want to, have the take the time to, remove this wheel, insert an F1 wheel whenever I wanted to, play F1, or take it out and put the full wheel back in if I wanted to do iRacing or Assetto Corsa or Project Cars or anything else, pretty much. I'd rather just keep this full wheel. Alright, let's get into practice. Here at the US Grand Prix. It may be my home Grand Prix, but it does not mean that it is my best Grand Prix. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 sir. Alright, let's work on my car setup. And get my brakes built up to 100%, because that is always necessary here. Went to Colorado after you got out of the Army? Okay. Several non-trads at NIU when I went. So it's not all that uncommon. Wow. Wow, why does it feel like I'm going slow? And before you say, oh, it's because you're in a Williams, I won't hear it. But there just legitimately feels like there's a speed difference between what I was just racing and what we got here. Shit, yeah, that was terrible for S's. What are my feelings on Coda? It's an okay track. It's an okay track, Nigel. Whoa, okay, yeah, I gotta get my mindset right when it comes to the S's. Gotta get a mindset. Alright. So I'm taking the first turn way too shallow. Hold turn. Because I gotta remember that turn right there there's a little bit of a straightness. Really? There's a little bit of a straightness to that turn that I just came out of. Oh my lord. Really? Okay. There's no way that I went more than half over there. There is absolutely no way I went more than half over there. Like, to file a big motion of bullshit on that, Your Honor. Oh my lord! I'm getting pissed off at this track. I'm getting extremely pissed off at this track now. And the only reason I made it that time is because I cut the corners so goddamn much. I am interested in seeing how the NASCARs will drive. I'm interested in seeing how the NASCARs will drive around Coda, given how, you know, unruly the track layout is. Hey, what's going on, Joe? Yeah, now that we're done with that dirt bullshit. So, Joe, apparently the point standings were updated. Nigel let me know that I actually moved up a spot, which I'd like to file a motion of bullshit on that, because how do I finish 9th and move up a spot when I move from 7th to 6th in the overall standings? Finished 9th, moved up from 7th to 6th. Joe says that it'll be a shit show in turn 1. NASCAR's going there? Yeah. Okay, Arnold. Stop whining. Got Archulon acting like he's from Kindergarten Cop over here. Oh, come on, man. Seriously, I am catching the edge of that. Someone missed this round and they're using it as a drop round. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to be doing the same thing with Daytona Road. So, immediately, my point tally is going to drop right back down until it gets worked in that is going to be my drop round. So, I know for a fact I'm going to be right back down to, what was it, 7th? Maybe even lower, depending on how the next 2 weeks go. Yeah, I wish I was too, but like I said, I'm going to be out of town the week of Daytona Road, so I have to take that as my drop. Fuck off. If I take the S's like I did right there in the real race, my ass would be killed. Like, I would be dead with how wide I was taking a few of those turns. Oh, absolutely. Why am I not turning in? Like, why is it feeling like I'm not having the proper turning radius on this car? Or even on this wheel.
Program complete.
Here, hold on a second. Let me... Do you not want to... What happened? I unplugged and replugged my wheel back in. Okay, now it doesn't want to recognize my wheel. Now it doesn't want to recognize my wheel. Are you fucking joking me?
If you want to.
Thank you. Are you serious? It's not recognizing my wheel now. Alright. Jeez, F1, I didn't know you were that shit that I unplug a wheel and plug it back in. It's the same exact wheel that I used beforehand, but you don't recognize it anymore. Wow, garbage. Fucking garbage game. Alright. Well, let's try and load it back in. Seriously, does anybody not test this? Did anybody not test this in F1 at Codemasters? When you unplug, whether it's a controller, whether it's a wheel, then you plug it back in, it doesn't default to that input. Especially if it's your main fucking input. Did nobody at Codemasters test this? That's an oversight, Joe. No, that's an oversight. It should not be that way. And I'm surprised in the 4 months that this game has been out that nobody has talked about this. That nobody has brought this to Codemasters' attention. Yeah, now my wheel's fine. I'm sure somebody has done that before. I'm not the first one. For fuck's sake, I know I'm not the first one that it's happened to. Somebody had to have had that happen to them. And I would even say somebody at Codemasters had to have had that happen to them. It cannot be that it went through all of this development and testing and they've come up to this and they just leave it be. There's no way. Alright, now I gotta go through all this bullshit again. Not happy. Not happy we gotta do this all over again. Save. Don't drive angry.
The car settings screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change various settings.
Alright, later, Nigel. Really? No way. I caught the front end of that. There's no way I didn't. It's okay, though. We got this now. It actually does feel like the wheel is a bit more responsive. Come on. There we go. First time this time. Hey. So I guess Notre Dame won? I mean, you'd think, right? They're up 2 touchdowns and they're looking for a third. Yep, they did. 8-0 Notre Dame. Let's go. Yeah, unfortunately, there are a lot of spots on this track where I lose time. Alright. Real annoyed now. But as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my car. There are a lot of spots, unfortunately, on this track that I lose time on. S's, for sure. Especially the end of the S's right here. Oh, I lose the most time. So much so that the AI is, like, constantly ramming me at the end of those S's right there because I take them slower than what the AI does. And then the little bits of hairpins over here, too. In, what would that even be? Is that Sector 3? Would that be considered Sector 3? Like, the start of Sector 3? So yeah, while maybe my home track, it definitely is not my favorite. So much so that I'd actually would like them to go back to either Watkins Glen or Long Beach. I don't know if I want them to go back to Indy. In fact, I don't know if Roger Penske even wants the F1 race to go back to Indy. But I'd like for them to go to other tracks, not just go to Coda. Go to Watkins, go to Laguna. Those would be fun. I don't know, what do you guys think? If F1 were to go to a different US track for the US Grand Prix, what would you think it would be? What would you want to see it be, and give an explanation as to why? Laguna is a wonderful track. Obviously, IndyCar goes there every year. However, unfortunately, the surrounding area of Laguna, the housing association that's over there, are complete and utter pricks. because we don't want to deal with the noise coming from the racetrack. Well, bitch, you put your house right next to a racetrack. That's on you. I don't know how to say this, but if you think that putting your house right next to a racetrack and then complaining about noise, that's a special kind of stupid right there. But I hate to say it, the city of Monterey is siding with the housing associations. It's siding with the communities that are around the racetrack, which unfortunately in turn leads to Laguna Seca having such a limited amount of race days per year. And at that, not just a limited amount of race days, but obviously the curfews, the races can't go past a certain time, which ultimately it almost spells the death of that track. And you hate to see it because it's such a really good track. Such a really, really awesome track. But like I said, Laguna, Long Beach, I think I already said Long Beach, and Watkins Glen, they all could be really solid alternatives to driving at Circuit of the Americas. I don't know what other racetrack, like what other road courses around that would be FIA certified, like Grade 1 certified. Unfortunately, Road America is not Grade 1 certified. Road America is actually Grade 2. Road America does have an FIA grade of Grade 2, but in order to host F1 races, it needs to be Grade 1, and which is pretty obvious because you need to have like VIP suites and much better amenities than what they currently have at Road America. Kind of the same thing with Virginia International Raceway, where it is a pretty decent layout, but it's just, it does not have the amenities of like a modern F1 track. So yeah, while I'd like to see an F1 race at Road America, it just would not happen unless they redid that entire track. They would have to renovate the entirety of the track in order to make it F1 FIA Grade 1 certified. Thank you very much for the follow there, Harry Hatman. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the stream. Which actually, now that I think about it, because of the grading, like places like Long Beach and Watkins Glen might already be thrown out. Because Long Beach is a street circuit, and they would need to build all those amenities. And Watkins is kind of in the same grade as Road America, where they would need to completely overhaul that track in order to be Grade 1 certified. So yeah, you're right. At this point in time, COTA and Indianapolis Motor Speedway would be the only two tracks that the FIA could feasibly go to for a U.S. Grand Prix. And like I said before, I don't know if Roger Penske wants to have an F1 race at the track. I don't know if that was in his recent vision when he bought the track. Fuck you. I don't know if that is the case. Because I'm pretty sure, you know, having an F1 race at Indianapolis would just conjure up bad memories to several F1 fans. Thinking that it might just turn out to be one gigantic shit show all over again. Like I was saying, though, look at that time lost. Look at all that time lost that I had right there at the end of the S's. I might make it back, but I lost half a second going through the end of those S's. gonna say, what other tracks around here in the U.S., not including ovals, I'm not counting ovals in this, that have road courses. But what other road courses, if you, like, extensively overhaul them, could see potential F1 races? Portland? Portland Raceway? Mid-Ohio? Sebring? Sebring might be a stretch, though. Sebring is bumpy as fuck, especially on that airstrip section. I definitely do not think that any F1, any open wheel race would do it. They obviously have the sports cars. Sports cars go there. In fact, right now it's the 12 Hours of Sebring. 12 Hours of Sebring is going on right now. So, of course, they got the prototypes and the GT cars out there. I think, honestly, that might be the only type of racing that could go on at a track like Sebring. Same thing at Road Atlanta. I do think, though, that Road Atlanta can hold open wheel races. I think they are suited to hold open wheel races, but they just would not be Grade 1 certified by FIA. Alright, I should just be done with this. Let me try and put together a qualifying lap, and then we'll go into the actual race. Well, thanks, Harry. I'm not as good as some other people, because as you can see, I still use the driving line around the corners. One of these days, I am planning to just get rid of it entirely, but I appreciate the compliment. Turn in. It's the pesky end of the S's, man. It's that damn pesky end of the S's that messes with me. And I'm definitely not going to meet this qualifying time. Can I drive in Bahrain? Well, it depends. What sector? Anything other than Sector 2? Yes. Sector 2 is a fucking nightmare, man. Turn 8 and turn 10 are just, utter trash on that track. And those are lap killers for me. Those two turns at Bahrain, lap 8 and lap 10, those are lap killers for me. Because I never get around them consistently. I can never get around them smoothly either. Can never get around them smoothly. Alright, we're done with that.
And
Let's
with all the
get out of
cars
practice.
now over the line, let's see our top...
Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead to qualifying.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Why do I want to talk with you, Claire?
Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
I don't want to choose any of them. Are you joking me? Who's my biggest rival? Either the Red Bull drivers or the Ferrari drivers. I'm not anywhere close to them. I'm in a Williams, and I'm barely struggling to get top 10s. Why are... Why is this game giving me such shit? Max is consistently getting like top fives, if not podiums, every single race. Charles and Vettel are qualifying into Q3 every single race and finishing more than likely top 10s. Alexander Albon, he can have his rare off race where he finishes outside the top 10, but he's not a realistic target for me. There's no way he's a realistic target. So no, I'm going to no comment that. Because I don't want to ride.
Which department has been hit the hardest by next year's regulation changes? Let's talk about another team. Great. Well, that's everything.
So they're probably going to ask for me about the rival question either after this race or before the Mexican race. But yeah, it's like none of those drivers I'm anywhere close to. I even show you exactly where I am on the grid compared to them. Albon is 40 points higher than me in 8th place in the driver's standing. Vettel's in 7th, Leclerc's in 5th, Max is in 3rd. Why are you in your right mind asking me if any one of those are my rivals? Here, I'll do you one step better. We look at season results. Albon, as of late, has been having a very bad run of form, where I have actually finished ahead of him 3 of the last 4 races. So, admittedly, you can say that, yes, if I chose Albon, he would be the guy that I would go against, and could potentially put up a solid fight in these last 4 races and then go into the next season. That doesn't mean that it's all of a sudden going to be all hunky-dory for me. In fact, if anything, I would say that Alexander Albon probably in these last 4 races is going to be a top 10 finisher every single race. Without a shred of doubt in my mind, he's going to be a top 10 finisher and more than likely a finisher ahead of me every single race. And then you look at Vettel and Leclerc and Verstappen, and it's automatic. They're always going to be finishing ahead of me. So why would I choose any single one of those 4 as my rival when I know I'm not going to win that? Albon was realistic, but whenever I choose a rival, it always seems like they get a boost. It always seems like they get a driver boost or a car boost when I choose them as a rival. So, in all honesty, not worth it for me to choose any one of those 4. You take a look at those drivers around me. Hell, you could say, oh, look at the racing points. Oh, look at the McLarens, just based off of the points finishes. Maybe the Renaults. I don't know. Go with one of those. Don't just continuously give me drivers that are well above my driving ability and driving stature right now in this save and make them my rival because I know I can't beat them. Straight up cannot beat them. I just find it very, very, very stupid that they're trying to force a rivalry onto me that I know I can't win. So that's why I chose no rivalry. I can understand you. You're not asking a question. Or you asked a question and I answered said question. Also, how's my... What's my gearbox like? Oh, yeah, my gearbox is fine. Don't even worry about that. Alright, let's bump this up to 95 for qualifying in the race. What's going on, Keegan? How you doing, man? Just as a reminder, this is going to be the only race that I do today because I had the Toro Trucks race earlier on, so this is going to be the only one that I do today. Monday, though, and for anybody that's coming on in that's new to the stream, I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So Monday we'll be doing the Mexican and Brazilian race, and Tuesday we'll be finishing up Season 2 with the Williams, and then the start of Season 3. Alright, so I have 1,100 points. I should have not enough. I don't have enough yet to get all of the durability department brought over. I was gonna say, if it was something about asking to, like, do online races, no, I'm not doing online race. I'm only doing, as you can see, I'm only gonna be doing career mode. Alright, so I almost had enough to bring over all of the durability. Almost. I've got, what's that, 300 points? I think I need 300 more points, and I will be able to get that going. And I'll have all that done. And like I said, all the aero is completely built out for Spec 1. The chassis is completely built out for Spec 1. At this point in time, then, I might as well just start saving my R&D points for next season. Like, just hit the durability square in the mouth for next season once I get all my R&D points. And, like, right before the Australia race, just bam, just hit everything with it. That's probably what I'm going to do. Alright, it's time to drive around Coda, where I'm probably am going to not make it out of Q1. Just going to be completely honest, I'm more than likely not making it out of Q1 because, well, of the danger spots that I made mention to, like right at the end of the S's and the couple of bits in the hairpin. Honestly, the worst spots on the track for me. Yeah, brakes are at 100. Fuel load, drop it down. Alright, let's give it a go. That's also crucial, getting a good lap. The exit of the final turn. Alright, that actually did not seem that bad to me. That S's did not seem that bad to me. This, however, is terrible. I can tell you right now that that was terrible. Going up over the hill and then trying to cut it. So what do we make of the qualifying for Turkmen today? Lance Stroll getting his first ever pole position. With Max Verstappen also on the top row, Sergio Perez in third, Lewis Hamilton down in sixth, Bottas in ninth. Do you think it will matter? Do you think it will matter in the long run that Hamilton is starting sixth, or do you think that he's just going to just cut his way through the field? Do you think he's just going to cut his way through the field and it's going to be an absolute Mercedes fest? I'm happy for Stroll too. But do you think that it's just going to be like it's not going to matter in the grand scheme? Because Mercedes and Hamilton are just going to be raffle stomping the field? Alright, so if I want to get out of Q1, I need to go 7/10 faster. I have an idea as to where I can gain those 7/10, but it's all about execution. Laguna and VIR would be the most fun. Yeah, if they upgraded it. Oh my god. Now I'm just going all over the place. Well, he's got how many more races to be declared champion? So if he doesn't win, god damn it. So if he doesn't win today, which I feel like it's going to be very unlikely. If he doesn't win today, he's got Bahrain normal, he's got Bahrain NASCAR outer track, and then he's got Abu Dhabi. I feel like that it's going to be Hamilton's title regardless. Fuck's sake, man. I'm just having an absolute nightmare on this track. Why I don't like this track, because I lose a lot of time, and honestly, there doesn't seem to be any way that I could make it better for myself. I lose a lot of time, and it does not seem to be a single way I can make it better for myself. Come on! Really? 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 Alright, it doesn't even matter. Let's just get back to the garage. I'm not getting a faster time. Like I said, not a fan of driving this track. Not a fan. There's several areas that I just cannot pick up speed in, that I will be slow through, and the AI is just kind of barreling through. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter who the AI is. They're just gonna barrel through that section that I can't hit. God fucking damn it. So I'm starting 19th. Wonderful.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin, in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre and home to the US Grand Prix since 2012. The latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit
Wolf.
of the Americas.
I finished in 9th.
Opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6 mile track.
9th out of 13.
Average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. A warm welcome off the back of a fantastic qualifying session. It's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position.
Of course he
and
is.
Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly, Albon and Sergio Perez, Norris, Stroll, Daniel Kvyat and Ocon, Magnussen, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, O'Brien and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid.
Nobody's taking grid penalties today.
Okay, I know
That's
it's your
not
home
good.
Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
Yeah, Wolfgamer, that dirt oval, there were only 13 entrants, assumedly a lot of drops, because the league has 24 drivers in attendance, so a lot of drops tonight, and I managed to finish 9th. So it was a very, very, very caution-laden race. It was pretty shit showy. So you missed quite a bit. If you were looking for action, maybe not of the good kind, you did miss out on the fun. But overall, as far as a race for me, it was not all that great. It was, however, the 5th straight race in a row, and we've only raced 5 races so far in this league. It's the 5th race in a row that has been won by one of the Firelight guys. So we're at a batting 1,000 right now when it comes to races in this league. The Firelight team is batting 1,000. We've won everything. We've won all the races right now. Like I said, I've got a question as to the race director. Who is going to be driving what? A lot of people driving soft. As I may mention before, starting back here, it might be in my best interest doing medium to soft. As far as the strategy goes. And taking a look at the strategy, just look at this. They're trying to default me to a 2-stop. A 2-stop? You're kidding me. Nah, there's no way that I'm going to do a 2-stop here. I will say this, though. Mexico should be a default 2-stop strategy. If I do a 1-stop strat, it'll tell me to do 12 laps on the soft and 16 on the medium. So what if I swap it? It actually says that I'll lose 2/10, but I think this might be the best option, starting on the mediums and ending on the soft, just so I'm on the faster tire compared to everyone else that's going to be around me. So, yeah, I think I'll do this. 16, we'll start on the mediums, we'll go 16 on the medium, and then 12 on the soft, and try and get myself a much faster end to this race to try and make up any lost positions that I very well will get, and any lost time that I very well will get in this race, just by starting on the mediums. So we're going to go with that. Yeah, it's like a lot of these strategies are telling me to go 2-stop, and who knows, maybe the leaders are definitely, the top 10 are definitely going to be 2-stop strategy. So I think this might be for my benefit. So let's go with it. Oh, hold on a second. That's my strat. Alright, so let's go with it. And wish me luck. Let's see if I finish outside of the bottom 5. A lot of dead wings. What? Wow, that was a super massive cut. There's the track limits. I'm like, where is that cut? Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna restart this because I had two track limits right there when it didn't. Outside the first one, that was an obvious, but that second one right there, that was not a track limits. There was no way that was a track limits. So I hate to say it, but I'm going to use my first flashback, and I'm just going to restart this session, because that was trash. That was a trash start. Alright, race strategy, same strategy. Alright. Also, I need to get my chair in my grooves again. everybody. I'm getting bullied off the line by Grosjean. Not very often you say that. I don't know what this, I don't know what Russell is thinking back here. Also, Giovinazzi with his braking strategy. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but I got him. Heavy brake going into turn, what's this, turn 12? I don't even know. And actually, Wolfgang, we are discussing what type of tracks that the U.S. could feasibly go to, or that the FIA could feasibly go to for a U.S. Grand Prix. And unfortunately, right now, unless there are extensive renovations at other tracks, it really does come down to COTA or Indianapolis. Because, like, other tracks that they could potentially go to, like Laguna, like Road Atlanta, Road America, Virginia International, Portland. Unfortunately, all those tracks are like grade 2, and you need to be grade 1 certified in order to host an F1 race. So unless there's major renovations at one of those tracks, there's just not going to be any F1 racing at those tracks. Portland not big enough, like, track length-wise? Gotcha. Yeah, it needs to be bigger than Monaco. Which is like 4 kilometers.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car.
2.5 miles. It needs to be 2.5 miles or longer in order to meet minimum FIA regulations. Hey, what's going on, Bazzy? See, I take one of these S's wrong and it fucks me up the entire way through. I said 2.5 miles, which is 4 kilometers. So if it's only 3.1, then it is not long enough. Malaysia will likely take Vietnam's spot on the calendar. Ooh, that's actually pretty spicy there, Steven. That'd actually be a good one to watch, because, once again, it's another track that I've not watched at all. Much like Turkey this coming weekend. I say this coming weekend, it is this weekend. I've never seen a race at Turkey, just like I've never seen a race at Sepang. So if Sepang takes over for Vietnam's spot, that's actually really, really solid as far as a substitute goes. And who knows, might be a permanent fixture back again. Yeah, Lance Stroll's first ever pole position. Good for him, man. 100% stoked for him. I still think Mercedes is going to win the whole damn thing. But, you know, stoked for Lance Stroll getting his first ever pole. So Bahrain Outer Loop is, yeah, Bahrain Outer Loop is tiny, but I think FIA made a special rule for this year because they wanted to try and get a shitload of tracks in for sponsorship reasons. So I think they relaxed the rule this year just to get a second Bahrain date in. But the ruling states that it cannot be longer than Spa, which is 7 kilometers, and it cannot be shorter than Monaco, which is 4 kilometers, on any new tracks coming into F1. Which is why F1 will not race at the full 24-hour Le Mans circuit. Because it's fucking twice the length of Spa. Almost twice the length of Spa. Oh my god! Like I said, as soon as I'm off camber on any of these S's, my entire fucking run is off. Yeah, I know, Steven, you're not the only one that said that. There's a few unhappy people in my Discord about it, too. Like, that date could have gone to some other track that deserved it, like Nürburgring. Or bringing back Turkey full-time. Or going back to Imola full-time. Or going back to Mugello again. But we all know the logistics of why they did it. It's all about the money. In this day and age, that pretty much is the ruler of everything, the ruler of all decisions. Oh, shit. Oh, that I didn't know. Come on, turn, you shithead! I was gonna say, there's no way those tires were that far dead. Oh my lord! Like I said, get off camber once and your entire fucking S's are done. That is unfortunate, Steven. I guess I just can't take this this entire curve flat out then.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Jeff talking to me like he doesn't know what I'm trying to do. Just got the little tip of that part of the S's wrong. Whereas I got pretty much the rest of it right. I'm actually surprised how good that came out. Alright, on lap 8, we got 8 more laps left on this set of tires. I guess maybe that's what I was doing wrong earlier. Yeah, I was pushing the tires too heavy, but I was also full throttling it through that entire like horseshoe section.
George is coming in for his stop.
Shit. Yeah, my S's are off now. Ah, you shithead, Giovinazzi. Mind that front wing. Yeah, no shit. Giovinazzi got in front of me. Giovinazzi is down because he hit my side. He's probably going to be coming in this lap anyway. And just like that, I'm now down to my final flashback. Ooh, seeing some of the top guys going soft to hard strategy. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. I mean, it probably will, but it's a very, very interesting strategy to see. Oh, shit. Once again, I fuck up the S's. Can't wait to listen to Hamilton talk about tire and track surface. Yeah, everybody's going to do that. And every big name has done it too. Hamilton is not the only one who talked about shitty track surface, shitty tires. I mean, at that point in time, I might as well just say it for what it is. You just don't like Hamilton. I mean, I don't like Hamilton either. But what you just said is like everybody does it. And every successful driver has done it. He's arrogant. I don't see it. I wouldn't call him arrogant. Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with the other two in the chat. I'm not saying he's arrogant. I definitely would not call him arrogant. But also, like I said, I'm not a fan of his by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm definitely not calling him arrogant. He definitely does not come off as arrogant. Because if you're calling what Hamilton is doing arrogant, then oh my god, then Schumacher is every bit as arrogant. Like, Schumacher is the devil, then, in terms of arrogance. Because Schumacher, if you're calling what Hamilton's doing arrogant, Schumacher is 10 times worse. And people love Schumacher. Which is, like I said, it's okay if you say you don't like Hamilton. Just say you don't like Hamilton. You're not alone. Ah, shit. And sometimes I can get that braking zone right, other times like that, it's just bad. Gotta get around. Terrible, Brian, terrible. In fact, I think I might, instead of go... I think I might get on the hard tires. I don't know. I got 4 more laps. Maybe I can make this work.
We think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
Oh, no shit. What's my tires at? Oh, yeah, my tires are looking real bad right now. Not quite Bono, my tires are gone territory, but they're definitely up there. Just be easy in the chat, all right? Don't want this to devolve into anything. Kimmy, my guy! Kimmy's my guy, man. Don't badmouth Kimmy. I'll be sad when he retires. But at least I've got Daniel Ricciardo to fall back on.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Once again, I wouldn't say Kimmy is arrogant. Well, maybe not now. He's definitely got that what the fuck ever type of attitude. He's got a very laid-back, lackadaisical attitude about him. Hey, what's going on, Duck? Duck, you have no idea what you just walked into, so, tread lightly. And that goes for everyone else, too. Keep it civil. I understand we can have arguments and discussions, but just keep it civil.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
Oh, it's just not a race with me if I don't have a time penalty. That's just how Kimmy is. That's just how Finnish people are.
Fuel to mix
Baldy. Ah, shit! I tried to block Leclerc and he fucking turned me. That was my fault. Ah, that was all my fault. Alright, well, I am officially out of fast repairs, out of flashbacks. No, mods are around. They're watching. See, this is what happens when I'm in a Williams. I just get immediately shat all over. Hey, when Lewis Hamilton breaks Michael Schumacher's record next year for all-time driver titles, I would gladly like to see him retire to let other people get a chance at winning a driver's title.
Push hard on the in-lap.
I would gladly like to see Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, George Russell, Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly. I'd like to see all of them fighting it out for a driver's title and not have to deal with the fucking ceiling that is, it's Lewis Hamilton, because Lewis Hamilton, you pretty much guarantee him several wins a year and more than likely a driver's title. So once he has nothing left to prove by beating Michael Schumacher's all-time driver's title championship, I would like to see him graciously retire, so you let the younger generation come on in and showcase what they could do. Because, as I said before, like, what's he got to prove? Staying out there, what does he have to prove when he has pretty much done it all and won it all? I guess that's why everybody loves watching the battle for the midfield, because it's like everyone knows Mercedes is going to win. So why even bother focusing on them? Let's focus on the midfield battles. Let's focus on Renault versus McLaren. Let's focus on Red Bull versus AlphaTauri, because AlphaTauri is starting to get good. Oh yeah, Mercedes are far and away the best team on the grid with all their advances in technology. They know what they're doing. Mercedes are the best. They are the best team. There is no way, two ways about it. They are the best team on the grid.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
And I got a 3-second time penalty as well. Yeah, I got a 3-second time penalty, so at this point in time, technically I'm in 18th place. I'm running 17th, but I'm technically in 18th place. George Russell's in the pits.
George in the pits.
This is everybody that is taking a two-stop strategy. That's all coming into the pits. Hey! It's your final warning for keeping it civil. Come on. And I'll admit, guys, I'm ABM because I want to see other winners. I want to see other people have their moment in the sun. Race ain't nothing to do with it. I recognize the ability. I recognize that he is the greatest of this generation. For damn certain. But that is not going to stop me from wishing that other people won, because I want to see them win. I want to see them have their time in the sun. Ah, shit. Fucked up the S's. Already. Like, I'd love to see, on a consistent basis, Leclerc, Verstappen, and all the youngsters that I mentioned, Russell, Norris. I want to see them have their moment. I want to see them fighting for titles, fighting for championships. Because that's where the future of F1 is going. The future is going young. Long after Lewis Hamilton retires, all these youngsters are still going to be here. They are the future of the sport, and I want to see them succeed. Pierre Gasly, too. I just forgot about that. Yeah, because Pierre Gasly's like, what, 23? He's right there with Max, as far as age goes. Like I said, they are the future of the sport. And it would certainly behoove you to not think that wishing for Hamilton to step aside gracefully and allow these youngsters coming on in to have their chance is in any way bad for the sport. I'm also not of the opinion, though, that Hamilton is not going to re-sign with Mercedes, because there's, of course, that speculation that he's not going to be re-signing. I just think that he's waiting until after the championship is wrapped up before he officially re-signs with Mercedes. Because there are these rumors going around and actually gaining traction that he might be leaving Mercedes after this year. I don't believe that. Not when he's tied on titles with Michael Schumacher. There's no way he's leaving. Lewis is of that mindset that he wants to take down every single record so it has his name on it, and then he will retire. Tying is not going to be good enough for him. I also think that, yeah, he wants to get it done before the regulation change. Because 2022 is when they're going to have the salary cap and all the regulation changes for the car. So he probably wants to get it done before that, because there's no guarantee.
We pretty much burned off our
There's
excess
no
fuel.
guarantee he'll
We'll
be
back on target soon.
in a
Don't
good
wait too
enough
long
car
to turn the engine down.
in 2 years' time. There's no guarantee that the car that Mercedes will be building in 2022 is anywhere good as it is now. Perez to Aston Martin? No, it's Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel. God damn it. Sergio Perez, if anything, is going to Red Bull.
We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
Yeah, if anything, Sergio Perez is going to Red Bull. It's either him or Hülkenberg, because it's almost for sure Albon is out. Yeah, the question is, where is Hülkenberg going to get a seat, though? Williams, maybe? No, because they already confirmed Russell and Latifi are back. It's not going to be Haas, because Haas is already Mick Schumacher and Mazepin. I honestly don't know where Hülkenberg would have a seat if it's not going to be Red Bull. Then keep it in chat, really. Just keep it out of this. Keep it out of this chat, please and thanks. Looking at chat, fucking up the S's. Yeah, but that's not going to be the confirmed lineup. It's 99% confirmed it's going to be Mick and Mazepin. The reason why they're bringing in Mazepin is because his dad, much like with Latifi for Williams, Mazepin's dad owns a major multinational corporation that's going to bring Haas a lot of money. And right now, Haas needs that money. So while, yes, you're right, it would have been a lot better to have someone, a young old dynamic, a mentor and student dynamic, it's pretty much going to be Mazepin and Schumacher. Because Haas wants the name. Of course, Haas is also a subsidiary of Ferrari. But Haas also needs the money, so that's why they need to bring in Mazepin. As far as where the current Haas drivers are going to go, there's talks of both Grosjean and Magnussen going to IndyCar. Both of them had said that they wanted to do IndyCar before they retired. So there might actually be some seats opening up for them for the 2021 season of IndyCar. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't have a favorite team. I really don't watch a lot of F1. I know what you're going to say. You're American, so you probably watch NASCAR. That's not the case either. I don't really like watching motorsport. I love playing
laps of fuel remaining.
I love playing racing games. So as far as favorite team, I can't really say I have a favorite team, but I always would like to see Ferrari do well. Because with Ferrari, you automatically assume racing excellence. So I always like to see Ferrari do well. My favorite driver is Kimi. And once Kimi retires, I'm going to switch allegiances to Daniel Ricciardo. Because Daniel Ricciardo, I watched Drive to Survive. After I started playing this game, I watched the Drive to Survive series, and I just was amazed at how funny as hell Daniel Ricciardo is. Like, how down-to-earth of a guy he is. Seems like the type of guy you could just go to a pub, have a pint with, and you just shoot the shit on stories that he probably has from back in his days in Australia. He just seems like a very, very affable guy. A very well-liked guy. Leclerc for you? Yeah, I mean, Leclerc definitely one of those people that I would love to see and expect to see him with a driver's title by the time he retires. At least one title. Dude, the team of Ricciardo and Norris next year is going to be the team to look out for. McLaren's going to be the team to watch next year. Mark my words. Write it down. November 14th, 7:48 p.m. Chicago time. McLaren is going to be the team that is going to break into the top three. You just watch. Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris are going to be a fucking force to be reckoned with next year. Yeah, Ferrari need to get their act together. With Leclerc and, of course, Carlos Sainz going to be coming on in, Ferrari definitely need to get their act together. They need to clean house, right? They need to get rid of Binotto. They need to get rid of all of their current engineers. They need to just tear it down and rebuild. Because here's the thing. If Enzo Ferrari was still alive today, he would do the same fucking thing. After seeing how bad that his team is right now, he would do the exact same thing. He would fire all of his engineers, fire the technical director, and just build anew. He would start from the ground up because he would not want to see his team be this much of a disgrace as it is right now.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I need to get within DRS distance of Ocon. I also now have a 6-second time penalty, so who knows where I'm going to end up. Yeah, I wouldn't call Binotto completely clueless, but yeah, like you said, he doesn't really come off as a very strong leader of the paddock. Come on, Ocon. I need a DRS piggyback off you, bud. God damn it. And for everybody that's in here that's new, I'd like to thank you all for coming on out. Appreciate you. My normal stream schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, roughly about this time. And I do stream F1 every single day. On Thursdays and Saturdays, though, I have iRacing, league races, oval league races, mind you. Not road courses, ovals. So if you are interested in watching those, I appreciate it. Just to give you a little bit of everything on this channel. I've not streamed like Assetto Corsa Project Cars or anything of those. I do have those games in my library because this is now more so a racing game channel. I could eventually stream one of those games, but right now it is almost solely F1 and iRacing. Thank you very much for the follow there, Frankie. Hope you are enjoying yourself this evening. Ah, fuck you, Alcon. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Thoughts on Stroll on pole? I think that the rain did help out Stroll. However, you can't.
There's only 1 lap of fuel
You
remaining.
can't really discount his ability. He actually does have some ability in there. Even though everyone claims, oh, he's just a pay driver living off of his dad's money and whatnot, you can't really discard and discount the ability of him as a driver. He can do it when it counts. Race will be great tomorrow. I would certainly hope so. I am not going to be watching it because it starts at 6 a.m. my time. It starts at 6 a.m. in Chicago. I am not waking up that early to watch it. I'll just catch the highlights. Alright, we're going to be coming to the white flag in just 1 second. And also, I normally do 2 races per stream in F1, unless I have an iRacing race preempted, which I did today. So there's only going to be the 1 race here.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
You expect Stroll to bottle it? It did feel a little bit lucky like he got pole today. But like I said, part of me believes that that is some legit ability that he has. Speaking of Lewis Hamilton, he has won this race. In my entirety of the My Team career mode that I did, Lewis Hamilton did not win a single driver's championship. It was Bottas, Leclerc, and Max Verstappen. However, as soon as I get into the Williams career mode here, he has won the driver's titles last season, and I'm pretty sure he's on his way to win it this season, So there you go. If you want Lewis Hamilton to win driver's titles, you just need to play in the driver career mode. Because apparently My Team career, he just doesn't have it in it to win driver's titles. Alright, coming around, checkered flag. I'm definitely going to drop down to 15th at least.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
And I do end up 16th thanks to those penalties that I had. Lando Norris, driver of the day. Oh, that was unfortunate.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today.
And Mercedes have won the
And I
Constructors'
can see
Championship.
the drivers starting to approach the podium
Okay,
for the
so it's
victory
Hamilton,
celebrations. A real team victory
Bottas,
today.
and
Everybody
Vettel.
played their
Vettel
part.
on pole, or
Congratulations
Vettel on the
then to
podium.
Mercedes, your race winners today.
Wow. And yes, I do have the nerfs in the game. I mean, we've had the nerfs in the game for like several weeks now. It's just that Ferrari in this career mode have built their car back up to negate any of the nerfs that they had.
Here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves.
Of course. All right. Outside of the podium, we've got Sainz, Norris, Gasly, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Albon, and Daniel Kvyat is your top 10. Max Verstappen, though. Man, I wonder what happened to him. He must have had a busted wing. He did a two-stop strategy starting from 5th place, and he drops all the way down to 11th. Don't know what happened there, really. Then you have Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Perez, myself, Giovinazzi, Russell, Grosjean, and Kimi Räikkönen. Like I said, if I did not have that 6-second penalty, I would have finished in 13th proper. Hell, if I even had a 3-second penalty, I would have finished in 13th proper, but
some amazing
it is what it
talent
is.
Out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your...
And you take a look at the driver's standings right now. Lewis Hamilton is leading Valtteri Bottas by 7 points. Max Verstappen, he's at this point in time, Max Verstappen's pretty much out of it. It is coming down to either Hamilton or Bottas for your driver's title here in Season 2. And as far as the constructor's standings, Mercedes have already won that. AlphaTauri in second. Look at that. The constructor's standing is basically the fight for second. AlphaTauri, little brother, beating up on big brother right now as they are 5 points ahead of Red Bull. Ferrari's in 4th, Racing Points in 5th. McLaren, Renault, Williams. Yes, Williams. We have had a substantial amount of points so far this season with 59. Alfa Romeo and Haas down there at the bottom. So like I said, it's not been all that bad. In fact, 55, I want to say 55 of those points were all me. I've done a fair bit of points collecting in this second season with Williams.
I think for driver of the day, I'd probably pick Lando Norris.
Leclerc can win when he has a decent
That was
car.
an
Yeah,
exciting
that's
race
why
from our
Ferrari needs
perspective.
to build out.
Let's have yours.
Ferrari needs to build out for him.
Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? Interesting result today. Would you say that you're happy with your
Things could have gone better.
What exactly was it you weren't happy about?
Gasly could be driver of the year if not for Hamilton breaking records. Given how Gasly has performed all season and then, of course, getting the win in Monza, I would definitely agree with that. At the very least, put him up there in consideration along with, Hamilton. We know Hamilton will get driver of the year. But, yeah, I would definitely put him up there amongst consideration for the driver of the year candidates. Future Mercedes
After
lineup,
the
Russell and
regulation changes
Gasly.
were
Well,
announced,
Russell,
was it all
obviously,
hands
because
on deck
Russell
for next year's
is...
car?
Russell is a part of the Williams, or not a part of the Williams, a part of the
Great.
Mercedes,
Well, that's everything.
driver academy. So, and Toto Wolff has also been looking very, very closely as to Russell's development. So yeah, you got to figure when either Hamilton or Bottas goes, that seat is immediately getting filled by Russell. Immediately. And we do know what type of raw talent Russell has. You put him in that car, you put him in the Mercedes car, he's gonna exceed. It just feels right. And it almost feels like an inevitability that he's going to succeed with that Mercedes car. Albon, and here's the thing, if it wasn't for Hamilton at the Austrian Grand Prix, the very first race of the season, if it wasn't for Hamilton, Albon would have won that race. Albon legit had that pass on Hamilton, and to be fair, he passes Hamilton, he more than likely wins that race. I'm not saying for certain, but he would definitely put himself in a position to win that race. But Hamilton took him out, and that pretty much started the downward spiral of Albon's season, and very much could be the downward spiral of his career at Red Bull. I'm not for certain saying that that's what the case is, but it looks like that's what it's going to be. And officially, all parts have been adapted over to next season, the aerodynamics and the durability. I can't really build anything out on the chassis. As I said before, we've built up to Spec 1 limitations. We've got one more thing to build up on the engine, which might get done by Abu Dhabi. At this point in time, the last thing that I have to build up is the durability, but I can't do that because, as you can see, the durability is currently hit with regulation changes. So I don't want to spend like a point and a half because I'd have to spend the normal amount of points. I'd have to spend 800 points to develop this specific control electronics durability. And then I have to spend half that. I have to spend another 400 points in order to adapt it to next season. So in essence, if I want to build up anything here for durability, I have to have 1.5 times the amount of points as it shows here on the list. So that's 800, that's 1300. All these are 1300 for now. So yeah, it's just not really worth it to work on the durability. I'm going to, at this point in time, save up my R&D points going into next season. So that, like I said, I'm just going to hit it all like a fucking cannon. Just shoot and see what sticks going into next season with the durability stuff. Right? So, with that being said, still nothing built up on the aero chassis or powertrain, which, like I said, I want these built up. I need the aero and chassis to be built up to Spec 2, and hopefully by Season 3, Williams actually spends their money, not on George Russell, which, to be fair, George Russell looked pretty damn solid as far as his stats go. Looking pretty good. I would love to see the AI Williams actually spend money on the facilities and not just on the durability, because that's what they did. I would rather it be aero and chassis. This is not on any console, it's PC. And if you're going to ask if I'm getting any of the new consoles, no. I don't have the money. I don't have the money right now to get any new consoles. Are you kidding me? And with the backlog of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, stretching all the way into 2021, like hell I'm going to be getting a new console right now. You kidding me? Spending money in this economy?